In the quiet, mist-laden village of Eldergrove, time seemed to flow a little differently. This place was hidden away, nestled between old forests and gentle hills, where morning dew clung to wildflowers like silver beads, and twilight arrived as gently as a whisper. When the sun set behind the distant hills, Eldergrove transformed. As dusk deepened, one by one, the lanterns came to life. They dotted the winding, cobbled streets, their soft, warm glows flickering like fireflies caught in the cool embrace of the night air. They were beautiful, yet mysterious, each casting a light that was more than it appeared to be. And there, in the heart of Eldergrove, was the lantern maker herself, a woman named Maeve, known to everyone yet truly understood by none. Her age was unfathomable, though her face seemed gentle, as though etched with the stories of 1,000 lives. For many, she was simply a fixture of Eldergrove. But for some, Maeve held a quiet power, a gift, or perhaps a burden, known only to those who dared approach her small workshop, lit only by the soft glow of her lanterns. One evening, a weary traveler arrived in Eldergrove. He was a stranger, with heavy eyes and a heart weighed down by the tolls of a life well-lived yet difficult. As he stepped onto the cobbled streets, he felt the warmth of the lanterns, a warmth that seemed to touch something deep within him. Drawn by their glow, he began to walk, taking slow, measured steps, feeling the quiet under his feet, the cool mist brushing against his skin. The lanterns swayed gently in the evening breeze, casting pools of light on the cobblestones. And yet, he could feel something else, something almost alive within the glow. "Rest, weary traveler," the light seemed to whisper, a voice that was soft and inviting. He paused beside the first lantern, captivated by its glow. As he drew closer, the light shimmered, and suddenly, like a wisp of smoke, a memory appeared before him. He could see himself as a child, running through fields of tall grass, the sky wide and blue above him. He was laughing, his heart light, as though he had not a care in the world. He could almost feel the warmth of the sun, the softness of the earth beneath his bare feet. The traveler closed his eyes, savoring the memory, letting it wash over him like a gentle tide. He hadn't thought of those days in years, and yet, here it was, as vivid as if it had happened only moments ago. With a sigh, he opened his eyes, and the memory faded back into the lantern's light, leaving only the warm glow to guide him onward. He walked further, drawn from lantern to lantern, each one revealing another fragment of his past, pieces he had thought lost, buried under the weight of time. At the next lantern, he saw a vision of himself, a little older this time. He was standing beneath a tree, a book in his hands, his mind lost in a world of stories and dreams. He could almost feel the rough bark of the tree at his back, the way the sunlight filtered through the leaves, casting playful shadows on the pages of his book. He remembered that tree, that quiet place where he would go to escape, to lose himself in tales of faraway lands and distant stars. The memory faded, leaving him standing once again in the lamplit street. He took a deep breath, feeling a warmth in his chest, a sense of something both familiar and longed for. As he moved on, he found himself before another lantern, its light softer, almost timid, as though it held something precious and fragile. And in that glow, he saw her, a face from his past, someone he had loved dearly but lost along the way. Her smile was soft, her eyes filled with kindness, and he could almost hear her laughter, that gentle, melodic sound that had once been his greatest joy. The memory was bittersweet, a reminder of what once was and would never be again. Yet, even as it faded, he felt a sense of peace, a quiet acceptance that softened the ache in his heart. He continued down the street, each lantern a doorway to another piece of his life. He saw friends and places he had once known, moments of joy and sorrow, of triumph and loss. Each memory came to him like a whispered secret, a reminder of who he had been and the journey that had brought him here. Finally, he reached the last lantern, its light soft and steady, waiting for him. He paused, feeling a sense of anticipation, a gentle pull that drew him that moment, he saw a vision of himself, older and wiser, his face softened by time, his eyes filled with quiet contentment. He was at peace, surrounded by loved ones, his life rich with memories and moments that had shaped him. The vision faded, and he was left standing alone in the quiet street, the warmth of the lanterns all around him. He took a deep breath, feeling a sense of calm settle over him, a peace that reached deep within. As he turned to leave, he noticed the lantern maker, Maeve, standing in the shadows, watching him with a gentle smile. She nodded as though to say that his journey was complete, that he had found what he was searching for. He nodded in return, a silent thank you, and made his way back through the village, the glow of the lanterns lighting his path. And as he walked, he felt the weight of his past lift, replaced by a quiet peace, a sense of belonging he had not felt in years. By the time he reached his lodging, he was ready to rest, his heart and mind at ease. And as he lay down, the memory of the lantern's gentle light stayed with him, guiding him into a deep, restful sleep. A sleep filled with dreams of warmth and light, of forgotten memories and newfound peace. And in the village of Eldergrove, the lanterns continued to glow, their lights holding the stories of all who had walked those cobbled streets, whispering their secrets into the night.